Let's get started. I want to make a confession. I'm practicing these speed reading skills for some time, I think more than 5 years. And if you ask me what was my biggest mistake I made during this learning process, my answer would be not setting up clear, powerful goals. Let me explain. As human beings, if we like something, little by little, we start to become obsessed with that process. And our biggest mistake is to never stop for a few minutes and think at what we want to achieve from learning these skills, or why we want to learn these skills from the very beginning. If I had done this 5 years ago, I would definitely have saved hundreds of hours and my life would have been much easier during the process. My advice to you is to begin with the end in mind before continuing with this course. If you don't have a goal, then how would you know that you have achieved it or reached your destination? Think at that. Speed reading can be very addictive. There is always room for improvement, of course, but that doesn't mean that we have to spend the rest of our lives reading books, materials, watching videos, listening to audios on speed reading. This is not productive. We need to set an initial powerful goal which is specific and tangible so we know when we have achieved it and then set a new goal once we achieved the initial one. Now, this lesson isn't about teaching you how to set goals. My purpose is for you to set up a learning goal which would be a foundation for your course and motivate you to continue. Now, here are some questions I want you to answer in writing preferably. First, what do you want to achieve from this course? The word specific is extremely important. I want you to think in specific terms and don't be general. Make sure your goals are SMART, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. For example, I want to improve my concentration. This is not a specific reason or goal. Ask yourself how many minutes you want to sit down and read without losing your focus on what you are reading. Or, I want to read faster. This is not specific. Ask yourself how much faster do I want to read? Next question. Where are you now? What is your present reading speed? What is your level? Third question. How will you know when you have achieved your goal? What will happen? What will you be able to do? How will you know when you have achieved your goal? Next question. What will this outcome get for you or allow you to do? Be specific. And the last question. What resources do you have now and what resources do you still need in order for you to get your outcome? Remember, your goal must be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. Put your learning goals in writing. Write them down on a piece of paper. It will make miracles. Now, the action steps for this lesson. First, answer each question and put it in writing. Second, share your goals in the discussion section of our course. This would give you an extra push to work harder and be responsible. Other members would also be motivated from your goals, and as well, they will motivate you during the learning process. And the last step, at the end of your post in the discussion section, please write down these words. I commit myself to finish all the lessons of this course till the very end, or use something similar. Before we jump into the next lesson, please don't take what I'm teaching you for granted. It would add huge value in long term and save hundreds of hours if you are doing this exercise. Set powerful goals. Thank you very much and see you in the next lesson.